Welcome back, everybody, to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 20. As today, our Lions return to action coming off our Week 9 bye week. And today, we're going to be playing the 6-2 Carolina Panthers in a rather big game. They've got a few big-name players on their squad, including middle linebacker Luke Kuechly. We have to game plan our offense around him because he is an absolute monster. When we've played him in the past in this series, he's given us trouble. And this game could get ugly for our guys. Kuechly could easily force like 4 fumbles on our heads. And then they got Christian McCaffrey on offense along with Cam Newton, both of whom also have superstar X Factor. No wonder this team is so good. And considering we got to worry about Cam, we just have to focus on neutralizing McCaffrey because he's not the only player on this offense. So believe it or not, we're not the only undefeated team. The New York Jets are also 8-0. And remember, in Week 16, Monday Night Football, we play the Jets. And that's actually we don't have a road game until then. That's our next road game. Our next 6 games are all at home, which is gigantic. And then our last 2 games are on the road against the Jets and the Eagles, respectively. So here's a look at the playoff picture here at the midseason mark, pretty much. AFC looks like a wild mix of teams in the middle at 4-4, just like stuck. And then in the NFC, we have a nice 2-game lead over everybody. Cardinals and Panthers, each with 6 wins. We do not play the Cardinals this year, so we won't be seeing them until maybe the playoffs. Who knows? Who knows? And then there's also a large mix of teams in the middle. Packers there at 3-5. Our division's actually really strong this year, believe it or not. The Vikings and Bears doing well. Looking at the MVP race currently, Deshaun Watson is in 1st. There's Tez Lawson in 7th. Calvin Johnson 2nd for Coach of the Year behind Adam Gase. How ironic. And then I just want to scroll through the NFC ones real quick. Tez is 4th for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Shaquem Griffin is in 2nd. So that's good to see. Lawrence Parnell is 2nd for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, we got Mike Renwick in 1st. And then Jaquavius Highsmith in 7th. For best quarterback, Tez is in 3rd. That's pretty cool. For best running back, with Kerryon and Sanders. With Kerryon's injury, we don't have anyone, unsurprisingly. For best wide receiver, Parnell at 5, Juju at 6. No Galladay, that's disappointing, and he is going to miss a couple weeks, remember. Best offensive line, we got Ragnow in 6th. And then for best defensive lineman, Ed Oliver's in there. For best linebacker, we got Shaquem Griffin. For best defensive back, Chidobe Awuzie is in 9th. And then for best kicker, we have nobody, unsurprisingly, because Matt Prater has not been that good this year. So looking at the injury report, we got a few guys in here. Kenny Galladay and Kerryon Johnson are going to be out this week, which really sucks. Kenny Galladay got hurt in garbage time, too, in our last game against the Rams, which is annoying. And then Kerryon Johnson, he will be back next week, which is huge. Remember, he got hurt back in Week 3. So we'll finally have him back, which is huge. Miles Sanders has been good, to be fair, but he's no Kerryon. So having our bell cow running back, no pun intended, will be huge. So I want to take a look at our schedule. Look at all these road games we started with at the beginning of the year. And then, as I mentioned, our next 6 are all at home, including 3 divisional games back to back to back. We also have 6 primetime games the rest of the way, with our only 2 games not being at primetime, or Week 13 versus the Vikings, and in Week 17 at Philadelphia playing the Eagles. So here we go, Week 10 football. The 6-2 Carolina Panthers head out to Ford Field to take on the 8-0 Detroit Lions in what should be a pretty good and pretty exciting contest. The Lions coming off their bye week after a 15-2 victory against the Rams. I'd have to assume that is a scoregami. The Panthers, of course, they're a very solid team. They have Quandre Diggs. He's making his return to Ford Field. And then we got a pair of brothers facing off. Carolina's wide receiver A.J. Jackson facing off against his younger brother, Owen Jackson, who's a backup linebacker for Detroit. As here's the Lions' opening possession, 76 yards to the house for Juju Smith-Schuster, and Detroit is quickly on the board. 7-0 Lions. That was a fast start. The Panthers' offense isn't really moving too much, as there's a loss of 3 for DJ Moore, courteous of Darius. Big play, Slay. Now a 3rd and 9. Cam with a nice pass over to Dorsett, who gets by a defender. Woo! Absolutely shatters the ankles of Harrison Smith for a nice third down conversion. Dorsett was out there violating young men on that football field. Now from the 48, here's Christian McCaffrey with a nice run. He gets pounded by Harrison Smith, getting revenge kind of for a nice play right there. And then second down from the 31. Speaking of Harrison Smith, he's going downstairs where Daddy hides the vodka, getting the sacks. Now that'll send the field goal unit out. Here is Matt Gay. And ironically, his kick is not straight, as that one is no good. A little bit too short, that's what she said. And now it is still 7-0. Lions have it back. Miles Sanders with the rock. He's going to try to outrun Dante Jackson, who's speedy, and he does, and will eventually be brought down. And then from the 47, here's T-Law. He's going to look for Hawkinson on 3rd and 18, incomplete. No flag. That looked like a pass interference on the defensive back, number 32, right there, Steven Nelson. That's a bad no call. And the Panthers will get it back. They are awfully lucky, as here's Cam on 3rd down over to McCaffrey. Bad coverage from a rookie linebacker, Mike Renwick, and the drive will keep going now from the 33. Here is Cam with a dot over to DJ Moore, the former Maryland Terrapin, bringing it to the 18, and then from the 6, can Carolina tie this game up? Here's Newton scrambling like he's late on a date, and he's going to be sacked by Ed Oliver along with Shaquem Griffin. Oliver, of course, just went up to Superstar X Factor. Meanwhile, Griffin coming off that 6-sack performance against the Rams, as he almost gets one there, and instead it's intercepted by Darius Slay, but he was out of bounds. So the Panthers will have to settle for the field goal, and Matt Gay would make it. So just like that, it is now 7-3. Panthers have it back on 3rd down. There's A.J. Jackson, the Utah State Aggie, for a gain of 25 yards. Nice play right there. And then 2nd and 8. Here's Newton under some pressure, and he gets brought down by Trey. Let me give you a bouquet with those flowers. Trey Flowers gets the sack. Now 3rd down and 15. Here is Cam, the former Heisman Trophy winner, the former national champion. Don't remind me. He gets it to Dorsett, who fumbles it. Harrison Smith pops the ball loose, and it's recovered by Justin Coleman. Lions can't do anything on their next drive, so on 4th and 3, they're going to fake the punt. More fake than my ex-girlfriend is Nick Bawden. The fullback loses about 3. Panthers get it back. There's a nice pass to Christian McCaffrey. Jared Davis can't catch him, and he will dive over Tracy Walker in the end zone for the touchdown. And now it's Carolina who leads it 10-7. But the Lions have a little bit of time here at the end of the half, as Tez trying to get it to Juju. This time they called the flag for PI. Dante Jackson with contact, and that will be an automatic first down. A few plays later, Lions going to go for the field goal. Here's Matt Prater, and his kick is short as well. So to end the first half, the Panthers lead at 10-7. What a disaster of a season it's been for Prater after he missed just one kick last year, and that kick he missed was blocked. He didn't actually miss it. So the Lions start the ball. There's Miles Sanders losing a couple on the screen. Courteous with Luke Kuechly with the play. So now 3rd and 4. There's DJ Moore with a nice play, getting past Darius Slay for the first down. And then here's a 57-yard field goal attempt from Matt Gay here on 4th and 6. And it is way off. Matt Gay must have put on some drunk goggles before he kicked that ball. Just awful. And now it is still 10-7. There's Juju with a nice play, trying to outrun Kuechly and Jackson, and eventually tackled at the 10. The Lions are moving in. 4th and 10, they're going to go for the field goal now. Here is Matt Prater. His kick is good, and Detroit will tie the game up at 10 apiece. Lions have it back now, as here is Lawson on 1st down near the end of the 3rd. Under pressure, trying to dance with it, and he's going to show off the wheels, outrunning the defensive lineman. And that'll be a nice gain of the 18. Now 3rd and 3 from the 39. Here is Lawson, looking to throw it. He's going to get it to Juju, who's more wide open than a McDonald's drive-thru at 5 o'clock in the morning. And the Lions are continuing to move it. Now in the red zone at the 16-yard line, Lawson on 1st down with a dot over to Hockenson for the touchdown. Risky pass, but it does work. And TJ Hockenson, the superstar tight end, will give Detroit the lead 17-10. Here's Newton on 1st down. He is sacked by Trey Flowers, his 2nd of the game, 5th on this season. Now 2nd and 3 for Detroit. They get the ball back, trying to put the nail in the coffin as a beautiful throw from Lawson, Even better catch from TJ Hockenson. 3rd and 7 now. Lawson runs right into Brian Burns, the 4th-year man out of Florida State. Actually, these two are former college teammates. Both of them are former Florida State Seminoles. So the Lions are going to have to go for the field goal. Prater would make it, and now it is 20-10. 2-possession game, not looking good for Carolina. They got to get a miracle going. There's Newton under pressure, and he is sacked by Jaquavius Highsmith along with Ed Oliver. 3rd and 18 now. They are extremely desperate, as here is Cam. He's going to lob it up, and it is picked off. You can't spell intercepted without the D. That's Chidobe Awuzie with the pick. Easily the funnest name to say in the NFL. And the former Colorado Buffalo, Chidobe Awuzie, with his 3rd interception of the season. Panthers would actually get the ball back. Lions sort of failed chewing the clock. So here it is, 4th and 1. The Hail Mary is incomplete, and that's all she wrote. And the Lions end up getting the win by a final score of 20-10. They improve to 9-0.